Well, hello there. This is Mark, and thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm super excited about what we're going to be showing you. This is going to be a quick, easy presentation that you're going to be able to take a lot of action with. And I'm a big believer in taking action. Look, there's no reason for you to spend the next 30 minutes with us if you are not going to be able to put this stuff into action and actually get results from it. So do me a favor, go ahead and just stop what you're doing for just the next 30 minutes. Go ahead and send that last email, shoot that last text message off to that borrower, and let's get just a few minutes focused on your business, because these next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you 3 easy hacks that will take you literally only 30 minutes to learn, and you can actually take these and 3x your loans each month. Okay, this is going to be really, really awesome. I'm telling you, wait till you see this. I'm not going to leave any stone unturned, all right? So let's go ahead and get right into it. So how to close 3x loans each and every month. Well, we've got 3 hacks that we're going to be covering today. If you're not familiar with a hack is basically going to shortcut your way to success. Okay, so we take these hacks and we deploy them in our business, and we are able to shortcut our way to success without spending lots and lots of time. Okay, so the first hack that we're going to talk about is how to attract unlimited home buyers into your pipeline that actually qualify to work with you. This is huge. I don't know how many times I've worked with loan officers that are out there just talking to anybody that's willing to fog a mirror. You need to be working with home buyers that actually have the ability to buy the homes that they're looking at. I know that sounds simple, but a lot of times these people will sneak into your calendar, or they'll book your time and they just don't have the ability to buy right now, and you're not doing them any good by spending the time working with them. Instead, we're going to show you how you can put them to work for you and get them out there, getting themselves ready to qualify down the road. Now, hack number 2, we're going to go into a simple thing that we put together. It's a mini 1003 that you're going to be able to get your customer, your borrower to fill out, your potential borrower to fill out using something we call gamification. Now, if you're not familiar with gamification, this is all the rage. Everybody's trying to deploy gamification. This is taking processes that normally are tedious and making them more like a game, so that way you can get better results. And we've actually used this process to make our application conversion rates, online application conversion rates, go through the roof, okay? And the third hack chases down your clients for you, so that way they will be ready to be closed. Okay, and that's huge, right? I mean, nobody has time to be chasing down clients, and so we've actually turned that around and made it possible for your clients to chase you down asking to be closed. Let's go ahead and get into it. So what we are going to discuss here is something we call a sales funnel. Now, what you're looking at here on your screen is a sales funnel. All right, it's a workflow, and each of these processes work together in order to create better borrowers, bigger loans, and ultimately bigger paychecks. Okay, and I'm going to be going into this a little bit more in just a few minutes, but so don't let the complexity of this throw you off. I'm going to show you how you can get this entire funnel that you're looking at set up for you, so that way all you have to worry about is the green, which is getting those deals flowing through your pipeline. Okay, everything on this screen is going to be done for you, and it's going to flow through, so that way automation is going to be doing all of the heavy lifting, and you can be focused on closing the deals. Okay, now I want to show you results from real agents and loan officers like yourselves that are deploying these strategies that I'm going to be talking about today in their business, and so you can see the kind of results that we're getting. So this is Karin. Karin is a loan officer up in Washington, she was able to generate 82 long form leads. That's people who've literally filled out a full or miniature 1003 in 2 weeks for only $5.61 a lead. Now, these leads, like I said, have not just your name, email, and phone number, but they've got a credit rating, they've got income, you know how much money they're trying to borrow, and a whole bunch of other stuff, okay? This is John. John was able to get 64 leads in 3 weeks. He only paid $3.45 a lead. This is Sam in Virginia. He was able to get 160 leads in 3 weeks. He only paid $2.71. Charles got 84 leads in 2 weeks for $1.38 a lead. And the results just keep on going on and on, okay? So what we're doing is working. And if you put this into action, you're going to be able to get those types of results as well, because we've turned it into a turnkey system that we're going to be able to hand over to you. And so you will be able to attract these home buyers into your pipeline as well. That brings me to hack number 1. How do we attract unlimited home buyers into your pipeline that actually qualify to work with you? These are people that we call our hometown heroes. You've got your police and firefighters, your medical professionals, teachers, your veterans. These are the types of individuals that usually have no trouble qualifying. And that is because they've got a job. Usually they have decent credit. They're paying their bills on time. They're responsible individuals. And this is the type of people that you want to fill your pipeline with. Not only because the loans are easier to qualify for, but there's a saying we have, it's called birds of a feather flock together, right? When you start doing loans for people in this industry, you're going to increase your referrals in those industries, right? So if you start working with vets, they're going to refer their friends that are vets. You start working with medical professionals, you're going to get a lot of referrals from other medical professionals, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you exactly how to do that. So we have created a really awesome strategy for targeting these people on one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, and that is Facebook. I'm sure you've heard it. It's probably been beat into your brain by now. Facebook is definitely the behemoth in the advertising space when it comes to get in front of people. And if you're not deploying a solid strategy on Facebook in your business, you're missing out. It's the best way to get the lowest cost per customer acquisition over any other advertising platform, period. Now, what we do is going to go beyond Facebook, and that is track your clients down throughout all of the sites that they're on, Google and, the OpenX platform, all of these different networks where they have arrangements with website owners. They are literally showing your customers those ads no matter where they're at. So if they're on, news sites, they're going to see your ad. If they're on YouTube, they're going to see your ad. So this is what is going to be the type of strategy that's going to ensure that you're always top of mind. Okay, now let's talk about the ads themselves. Because of the way that we are targeting these prospects or these homeowners, these potential homeowners, we are not only getting in front of the right people that actually have the ability to qualify, but we're attracting people who are interested in taking action. What you're looking at here on this ad is call to action for a nurse that is in a specific area that is looking to become a homeowner. Somebody that clicks on this link to get qualified, to find out what their options are, is somebody that is ready to take action. The name of the game is not more applications. The name of the game is more qualified applications from people who you can actually get into a home, right? That's the goal. So how do we take somebody who appears to be motivated, because again, we've targeted somebody who should have a good job, who should have the ability to pay their bills and pay them on time, and now we know they're interested in taking the next step. How do we take those people and get most of them to fill out an entire miniature application? Well, that's where the gamification process comes into play. So let's take us into hack number 2. How do we get a mini 1003 using gamification? Okay, now typically what your borrower is going to go through is something called a squeeze page. Squeeze pages are not good strategies because they're asking for too much information on the one page. You see this site, it looks professional for the most part, but on the right-hand side, the big problem is it's asking for their name and their phone number and their zip code and how much they want to borrow and all of these different things without stepping them through it and building a relationship. So here is what you want instead. And I'm actually going to show you the entire strategy from soup to nuts here on Facebook.
Is just show you really quickly exactly how this is going to perform so you can get a good idea or a good picture of how this is going to work for your prospects, for your customers. So if someone's scrolling around on Facebook, they stop, they see this ad because it's calling their attention, right? In this case, we're putting this in front of nurses in Las Vegas. They see this, they go, wow, this is perfect for me. This program is going to help me. And they click on this link, okay? Once they click on this link, it's going to open up another page. Now, as you can see, this is a gamified page. What do I mean by gamified? Well, here at the top, there's this progress bar, okay? And as you can see, when you move your mouse around, it's going to do things to try to draw your attention to what we want you to do, okay? Clear, concise call to action. Enter your zip code. So let's go ahead and enter in a zip code and let's progress through this little form, okay? Now, as you can see, we're not asking for a lot of information that is intrusive. All we're asking for is basic information. We want them to complete this form. So you can see here, I'm 11% of the way through. All right, do I rent or own? I currently rent. Now it's going to take me to the next question. See how easy it is for them to progress through this? All they have to do is click. All right, so when am I requesting, or when am I planning to request my benefit? I'm going to go in 2 to 6 months. Have I ever purchased a home before? No. And how much would I like to borrow? Ooh, I would like to borrow $250,000. Click next. What's my current credit score? I'm going to rate myself as good. And now, once I get to the end of this, it's asking my name. Now, it's important to note that the reason why we're asking for this information at the end of the form versus the beginning of the form is because when somebody starts this process, they don't know who you are, they don't have a relationship with you, and so if you ask this information at the end of the form, you're much more likely to get the right information that you want, right? The accurate information, not Mickey Mouse, not Donald Duck, but the real name here, okay? So we'll go ahead and put in the name, the email, phone number, and also you'll notice here that we have a option which is going to give you permission to send out calls and text messages using an automated system. This is important. You want to make sure you get that permission on your form. Okay, so once it's complete, you can see here now they're taken to a page. It says that we've received your inquiry and we'd like to get started. We've got a picture, your picture here, your license information, your name, your company logo, all that stuff is going to be here. Also, we put the number that they're going to be receiving the call from, and then we're trying to draw their attention to this this button here to click because we want them to continue the process. So let me show you what that looks like. Here is the calendar. So once they click on that, it's going to take them directly to the calendar. It's going to automatically detect their time zone. So we'll go ahead and click next. And then you can see here, it's going to show the available times on the next day. So let's go ahead and pick a time that works. And finally, it's going to ask that they enter in their information, okay? So once they enter in their information, this is going to be booked on your calendar.
Now, I have to ask you, if you had a person go through an entire process like that, somebody who you know has a good job, you know that they are decent with regards to credit, if you had all of those things in place and you got 10 of them into your pipeline, how many of those are you going to close? Hopefully the numbers are going to be closer to the percentages of referrals that you would close. And that is what the goal here is to be able to put you in touch with people who are not just wasting time and just kicking tires, okay? So now let's go into hack number 3, because with this type of a strategy, you're going to get a lot of people that are booking into your calendar that are a high quality prospect, but there are going to be some people that slip through the cracks, and those that slip through the cracks that don't actually book on your calendar are still people that you want to work with because they already rated themselves as having good credit. They've already rated themselves as, you know, being ready to move forward, and they have all of the right stuff, but you just don't have time to get them, you know, to answer their phone. So that's hack number 3. We're going to show you how to get your clients to chase you down. The first thing that we do in order to make that happen is something called Power Connect. When somebody fills out a form, you have 5 minutes to get that person on the phone. And if you don't, then your chances of ever getting them on the phone drop by 50%. So if you don't call that person right away, you were most likely going to not get them on the phone after a few hours. So what we do in order to fix that is something called Power Connect. As soon as that lead goes through that funnel, as soon as that potential borrower goes through that funnel, after they've rated themselves as being somebody that you want to work with, if they have not booked themselves on your calendar, we are going to call that lead for you. And then we're going to connect you and that borrower together. And your borrowers are going to thank you because they don't have to go down the road looking for somebody else that's willing to talk to them. That's usually what the big problem is. These people are interested now. They want to talk to somebody now. When you're looking for something online, do you want to wait 3 days for someone to get around to calling you? No, you want to talk to somebody now. And so Power Connect is going to make that happen for you without you having to be in front of your computer within seconds. Now, some of those borrowers are not going to answer the phone. So when those people don't answer the phone, you can just move on through your day because we've implemented a chase sequence for you that is going to reach out to that person for you on your behalf. And they're going to leave voicemails, and they're going to call, and they're going to text, and they're going to email, and they're going to do all the things that in order to make sure that that person is given as many opportunities to connect with you. Now, we do that aggressively over the first 14 days. Now, after 14 days, then we're going to drop them into a long-term lead nurture sequence. But just to give you an idea here of what we're looking at, a typical internet lead, and this is a high average, but a typical internet lead going to get about a 20% contact rate. With us, we're generating way more than 80% contact rate. And that is because our approach is so predictable. It's so consistent, and it's so efficient. Our contact rate is what's going to help you to maximize the amount of loans that you should be closing. Let's take a look at that sales funnel one more time, and I'm going to go into a little bit of detail explaining to you why this is better than anything else out there. So obviously, Facebook advertising is something that a lot of people are doing. But the problem is that they're not niching down, and they're not speaking to people that are in a specific niche that they can help. When you become the expert in a niche, you're much more likely to get referrals, and you're much more likely to be able to expand more into that area. So that's the first thing. We are going to take that Facebook ad and we're going to niche it down into a specific niche, which you will be able to choose. If you want to work with nurses, or if you want to work with medical professionals or teachers or police, you name it, okay? Next is the qualification. We believe in giving the borrowers the ability to give us as much information as possible on the front side and qualify themselves. If they don't qualify, you don't want to waste your time working with those individuals. So instead, if they have bad credit, we can refer them to a bad credit specialist who can help them. And then once their credit gets repaired, they can get back into your funnel and start going back down that process. But the ones that are already qualified, they're going to progress right into your calendar. and they're going to have an opportunity to schedule a time that fits with you within that next day or two or even several hours, so you can jump on the phone and help them get pre-qualified to buy that dream home. Now, if they don't book that calendar appointment, that's when the follow-up sequences go into place. We'll try to reach out and connect them through our Power Connect, and if they don't call, or if they don't, answer, then we will put them into the lead nurture sequence. And if they don't follow up in the first 14 days, they'll go into a 12-month lead nurture sequence where it will do everything possible to warm them back up and bring them back into your funnel. So you can get the high contact rate that you deserve on all these leads and milk every single opportunity. Now, I want to talk about really the elephant in the room here. Every loan officer that's watching this today, I know you probably want to get a ton of referrals from the best realtors, right? I'm not talking about the realtor that does one transaction every few months and calls you up and, wants you make them your top priority. Not those kind of realtors. I'm talking about the easy realtors to work with. The ones that are doing multiple transactions every single month and they're looking to work with good partners. How much easier would it be for you to be able to leverage all of these unlimited buyers that you have, even the sellers, because these people who are trying to buy a lot of times already have a home to sell. How much easier would it be for you to get business if you could take these and refer them to these high producing real estate agents? It would make it so easy, super easy for you to get business. And you will be able to do that because you hold all the cards. Let's go ahead and dig in here and find out exactly how you can get set up with this amazing system. Okay, again, we call it the Hero Ad Network. Now, I want to let you know that this is something that is 100% exclusive. We cannot take on every single loan officer. We do have some qualifications, okay? Number one, you cannot be a new loan officer. You have to be somebody who knows what you're doing. You have to have been at this for, at least a few years. You need to have a pipeline currently. You need to have a substantial amount of loan products available to be able to help people, and you need to know how to get those loans done. We're looking for people that have experience in this business, okay? Next thing is we are only able to work with one loan officer in each of these niches, in each area. So that means if we have a spot open to work with medical professionals, only one loan officer can work inside of that area. So you have to apply. Now, in order to see if we have space available, what I need you to do is I need you to comment below right now. Just go ahead and put in your zip code and your mobile phone number, and then we will go ahead and reach out to you and let you know if there are spots available or what niches are available. The niches that we have to choose from right now would be medical professionals, teachers, police, firefighters, and military. Again, you only can work in one specific city. Now, if a city is full and there's another city that you might want to work in, let us know. So if you want to put in a zip code for a few different cities, or even just put in a city that you would like to work in if that's not available, also let us know below. Okay, so go ahead right now, type in your city or your zip code, and then your phone number and your name, and then we will reach out to you as soon as this webinar is over, and we'll let you know if there is availability in your area. Okay? All right, again, so I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that spent the time with us today. I hope this was informative. I hope that you got a ton of value out of this. Again, whether you decide to work with us or not, this is what strategy you need to be implementing in your business. You need to have something in place where you're focused on a niche and you're trying to work with a specific type of borrower. Don't go wide. And, second, make sure that your ads are targeted to that individual and you're using gamification and follow-up sequences. Whether you're using our system or not, this is the type of thing that you need. So again, thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope to speak with you soon. Bye-bye.